ill kid. Cloud Ninja on the beat.
It's a bloodbath in the cannabis sector today. It's one of those things where the whole market is red and a lot of people are panicking. So we have a song in these situations.
Rookies that don't manage, looking at all the candles, it's a ride and we off the handles. It's the heat, cause we bringing all the kitchens out. Oven mitts for little kids, what you bitching about? Pockets when they tingling, money stay mingling. I'm just getting started, yeah, I'm trying to get the swing of things. You love the green, but you hate the red. It's like you love the sex, but you hate the head. There's no difference, I finish all of your dinners. That mean I'm taking your place, it's no mistake that you are beginning. You miss me, rinse and repeat, it's Rich TV. You miss me, I'm the one, Jet Li. It's time that we get popping out. I ain't never stopping now. You would think I'm floating in the open way. I cop a cloud. You should even shop around. You should buy a pair of boots. Hated is my stomping ground. This is how the market goes. It's round and round we go. Where it stops, we just don't know. Don't panic, don't panic. Why you stand up all your dough? Just sit back and watch the show. Pray that you'll just strike some gold. Don't panic, don't panic. We give you all the answers. DRST, shit, you know it's cancerous. Don't forget about market makers or heartbreakers or star stages. Bring the heat with Kenny just like it's Las Vegas. You hard haters are all fakers. I mob like, don't call me on another song. I don't pause, baby. I don't panic, I just mix it up like Shaka Khan. You stay chipping on his eyes like a soccer mom. And when it's on, I transform like Decepticon. I can tell your whole future looking at the devil's palm. You're too weak, bro, cause you looking at a 52-week low. These are opportunities to seize, yo. No peace, though. I don't cheat. I just move when I cruise to the G code. Put the limit in. Stop it if you have to.
We are in a shorter's paradise right now in the cannabis sector. And there's a reason for it. You guys want to know the reason? You want to hear the reason? There's a reason why the cannabis stocks are taking it on the chin today. The FDA had mixed results on a study on cannabis stocks and CBDs. This is why they are falling today. That is the news. Where's that article? Where did I see that article? There it is. There's the article. Cannabis stocks fall after FDA hearing on CBD finds conflicting views on substance. Hearing highlighted messy state of the industry with widespread use of CBD products with minimal standardization, says analyst, which is true. This is all true. And this is why you need to make sure you're buying CBDs from a trusted source, because you could be buying CBDs that have no CBD in it, no isolate, and it could be doing nothing for you. So be careful. Don't go and buy a bunch of trash that's, something from something illegal, okay? Because there's a lot of illegal CBD suppliers. But what are you really getting? The whole key about CBD is to get something that's going to benefit you. Most of the CBD that's out there isn't doing anything to help you. So right now, the cannabis sector in Canada is trading at around 500 in the cannabis index in Canada. The low over the last 2 years is around 400. Anytime it gets down to 400, that's pretty much the bottom. And typically, once we get to 400, we will see a resurrection. I believe we're going to see more decline over the period of June. And then we are going to see resurrection starting, I would say, probably near the end of July, going into August, and then September, and then into October, due to legalization of edibles, which will be ginormous in Canada. Okay, so first we legalized cannabis, dried flower, weed, marijuana as we know it. We legalized that first last year, October 17th, 2018. And now this October 17th, 2019, we are set to legalize edibles. CBDs are yet to be legalized, but there's a reason why these stocks are falling. Cannabis stocks were mostly lower Monday as investors digested the first reports from Friday's regulatory hearing on cannabis and its ingredients and the news that Illinois is legalizing weed for adult recreational use, which is a good thing. Illinois is legalizing. This is huge news, and stocks are going down. This is a buying opportunity, guys. I don't know. I can't explain any other way. It's a buying opportunity. Everything is going down. It's a blowout sale in cannabis stocks, okay? Now, I'm not telling you go buy them tomorrow. It's probably going to go lower. So let's see how low it goes. And we are bottom hunters here at Rich TV Live. You are bottom hunters. Let's find the bottoms of our favorite stocks. Let's get them cheap. Tilray is so cheap right now. Cannabis growth is becoming more affordable. Aurora Cannabis is affordable. Afria is affordable. Hexo is affordable. Ianthus is affordable. Zenabis is affordable. Supreme Pharmaceuticals is affordable. There's a lot of really good companies out there that are starting to trade closer to where they probably should be trading, because the cannabis sector has been so overly hyped. And when the market decides that they want to take them down, they're going to take them down. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. That's just the way it goes. And especially in news like this is where the news gets dirty. This is where the stock goes down. Look, you ready for this? The U.S. Food and Drug Administration conducted its first ever hearing on cannabis and non-intoxicating ingredients, CBD, all day Friday, with more than 100 speakers offering views, including researchers, health professionals, advocates, manufacturers, and opponents. Opponents? An opponent? Interesting. So an opponent is someone that doesn't like cannabis. So you're letting them speak. Okay. The hearing came after hemp was legalized in the 2018 Farm Bill, leading to a crop of hemp-based products being sold online and in stores, including at mom and pop stores. But CBD, which is widely held to have wellness properties, particularly in treating pain, inflammation, and anxiety, was not included in the lifting of the federal ban and was instead placed. Man, this gets me angry. It's getting me all choked up. It gets me angry. And instead was placed under the regulatory purview of the FDA. That's because it's the key ingredient in the only cannabis-based drug to win FDA approval. GW Pharmaceuticals, PLC, GWPH, Epidiolex, a treatment for severe forms of childhood epilepsy. This is why I'm saying to you guys, I think GW Pharma could be one of the biggest companies in this whole sector. They already are trading higher than anyone else. And it's because they have this severe treatment of childhood epilepsy cure, which they're selling in Europe. It's so big. And I think there's a day one day we could see GW Pharma, because they have such a tight float, very small share structure. We could see them one day trading at like $1,000 a share. I know it sounds crazy, but it could happen. Their growth potential is exponential. Like, this is a company that will be making billions of dollars in the next, in not too long. GW Pharma. The FDA has warned companies that because it views CBD as a drug, which is mind-boggling, and so does Canada, it cannot be added to food or beverages or marketed as a dietary supplement in interstate commerce. But it has also said that given the strong public interest in CBD as a wellness aid, it will seek to help provide pathways to regulatory approval. Which means it's coming, but just not right now. It's unbelievable. The hearing highlighted the messy state of the industry with widespread use of CBD products with minimal standardization. This is what I was trying to say to you guys. The CBD that's being delivered across America, a lot of it is garbage. Evidence for benefit and understanding of safety profile, said Evercore ISI analyst led by Josh Schimmer in a note to clients. A lot of the CBD that's being sold in America is not standardized. It's not legal. The depression was at times quite absurd with outlandish claims, inconsistent messages, and an undercurrent of potential safety concerns, said the analyst. It was, however, quite favorable for GW Pharma as the FDA made clear that it wants to ensure the substance continues to be subjected to clinical research, he wrote. GW Pharma shares offered a rare glimpse of green in the cannabis sector Monday, gaining 1.1%. One of the few gainers in the entire sector because there was a lot of red. Considering the extent to which the CBD cat is out of the bag, it remains to be seen how the FDA will regulate this industry and might not have adequate resources to fully monitor and police it, said Schimmer. At CIBC, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, one of the largest banks in Canada, one of the largest banks in the world, analysts noted that a World Health Organization report found CBD to be safe and non-addictive, although they acknowledged that most experts fret. There is still insufficient data from trials. What is clear is the strong demand for CBD, they wrote in a note to clients, citing a speaker at the hearing from Consumer Reports, who said about 65 million Americans have tried CBD and 63% found it effective. It's a pretty big number considering most of it is probably garbage. Furthermore, more Americans' primarily concern was pricing rather than safety, said the note. Well, I think it's important to be safe and have good pricing for customers. Many of Friday's speakers underscored the need for quality testing and safety standard, as much of the CBD currently available is standard or mislabeled, or is substandard or mislabeled with incorrect amounts of CBD or even THC, the intoxicating ingredient in cannabis, as well as impurities including pesticides and bacteria. CIBC is expecting more clarity from the FDA in the coming year. Separately, Illinois became the 11th state to fully legalize cannabis. Wow. This is why there's no need to panic. It's just opening up. It's just a matter of time. This is one of the fastest growing, most polarizing industries in the entire world. Ain't nobody can compete with this industry. The stocks have the most liquidity. They have the most volatility. I mean, there's no need to panic.
Mathematics for addicts for lads too. Rich TV live, he a swell guy. He'll teach you how to buy low and to sell high. Yeah, I get money cause it's all sweet. You looking at the real wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I get money cause it's all sweet. Yeah, you looking at the real wolf of Wall Street. This is how the market goes. It's round and round we go. Where it stops.
Can you guys, I really thank you guys for all the likes. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best community on YouTube. And, it's tough, when the markets go down and you see your portfolio go down, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't. So, we have to be smart. We have to try to beat the market. There's two ways to beat the market when the market's beating you. You can either wait for a trend reversal. You can wait for the bottom and you can buy more stock, lower your cost, accumulate at a lower price, and wait for an explosion. And then hopefully you bought at the bottom and you'll be able to make some big money. You could always sell and then wait for it to go lower and then buy it back. Some people like to do it that way. there's different strategies. You can short stocks. So if you think that Tilray is going to continue to go down, I know Tilray's been on a free fall. If you think Tilray is going to continue to go down, you can short Tilray. You can bet that Tilray is going to go down. You can short it. You can make money on the way down. You can make money on the way down. You can make money on the way up. You know, the markets, you know, I'll be honest with you guys right now, you know, there's a lot of people making money right now. They're shorting stocks. You know, Bitcoin was all the way down. Everybody panicked. And when it was down to $3,000, that was the time to buy. And instead of panicking, everybody that bought at that time, you know, it's did a nice jump to 8,000, 9,000. You know, even at 8,000, you're up 250% if you got in at 3,000, 4,000. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, there's so many good companies out there right now that are beaten down. You know, the FDA is going to come up with news. It's going to say, okay, CBD is not good, but yet we're going to legalize cannabis for Illinois at the same time. You know, today they say CBD's, you know, not that great and there's no testing, but we like GW Pharma because the CBD's helping for kids with seizures there, but we don't like CBD's for everybody else, but we like it with GW Pharma. Seems to help seizures, but we're not going to approve it for everybody else. Like, come on, do you guys see what's going on here? Oh my goodness. It's crazy. So yeah, you know, right now this is all about trends, and the trend right now is down. Clearly, the trend right now is down. Okay, so you know, I'm letting the cat out of the bag. The trend right now is down. Cannabis growth is down. Like, let's read it. You guys want to hear the results? Let's read the results. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's read the results. Thank you guys for joining. Here we go. You ready? Namaste. Down to 72 cents, down 18%. Tilray, down to $34.66, down 8.81%, the short of the century. CVSI, congratulations, Andrew left on your call of Tilray. He did say it was going to go down, and he was 100% correct. Got to give it to the guy. CVSI, $4.06. Another one that Andrew left shorted from $10 down to now $4, down 7.48%. Aurora Cannabis at $9.64, down 6%. Man, oh man. Cannabis growth at $38.73, down 3.8%. Afria at $6.33, down 3.95%. Aurora Cannabis at $9.64, down 6.13%. Kronos Group at $13.58, down 3.55%. Hexo at $8.39, down 3.23%. TGOD at $3.41, down 2.85%. Cantras at $7, down 1.41%. You guys see that? You know what this is? This is a blowout sale. Oh, I'm in. I'm in stocks. Trust me, I'm in lots of stocks. But I can tell you right now, I'm gonna be buying more. I'm gonna be buying more of everything. So I'm just gonna be getting ready to load up. I want to see how low they go. I think that these next 30 days are gonna be a little tough. They're gonna be tough. I think there's gonna be a lot of selling. I think there's gonna be a lot of panic selling. I think the selling continues. So it's unfortunate, but I think it's going to get tough, and I'm going to hold. I'm not going to panic sell anything. However, if I see something I like and I see it at a bottom, I'm definitely planning on buying it. Well, I think everybody that's invested in the cannabis sector is red today. Anybody. I mean, if you're holding cannabis stocks, you're most likely red today. I mean, that's just the way the whole sector is. I mean, when cannabis growth goes down, pretty much everything goes down. And cannabis growth was down 3.8% in America, $38.73. So if you don't hold cannabis growth right now, like I don't, this is just a buying opportunity. This is what we've been waiting for. So, I mean, I don't feel like this is any reason to panic. This is what this industry does. you know, like the entire cannabis sector overall across North America was down 12% today. Like that's big. It was down 5% in America. Sorry, 4.62% in America and down 5.63% in Canada. That's a big drop. That's a big old drop. 5%, 5.6% in one day for the whole sector in Canada. That's big, man. That's a big drop. It's a big hit. So the shorters are winning today. You know, we got to give it to them. You know, like, they took a beating in January. They got short squeezed. You know, January was the time for us to take our winnings and run. Right now, you know, it's slim pickings. It's tough. You know, like if you're a long-term investor or you're trying to momentum trade to get wins, right now, the only way you're doing that is if you're short trading because everything's going down. So if you're an investor, it's like anything. Like if you're buying houses, when do you want to buy? You want to buy low, right? If you're an investor buying stocks, when do you want to buy? You want to buy low. The thing is, what is low? Right now, we seem to be finding a new floor. We seem to be finding a new bottom. Some stocks are at 52-week lows. Some stocks are lower than 52-week lows. So that's an indication of the bottom. However, sometimes you're going to see the bottom fall out and you're going to see new bottoms. So unfortunately, it looks as though that's the direction we're going in. And I don't want it to be like that. That's not what I want, but that's just what's happening. I don't know what to say, man. It is what it is. And if you look at the markets last year, it did the exact same thing. It did the exact same thing last year. So there's really nothing new. It's actually quite similar to what it's done previously. And it had a resurrection in July of last year. So I'm anticipating we may see another resurrection in July of this year. Yeah, shorty is going low, 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 low. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough sledding out there. But, you know, if you're a long-term investor or if you're a shorter, you're loving this right now because you're buying everything when it's down. And if you're a shorter, you know, the trend is your friend. Right now, if you're buying long, you're going against the trend, right? If you're a shorter, you're going with the trend. It's like a tidal wave. The tidal wave is saying selling pressure. The whole industry is selling. So if you buy something right now, you have to be prepared that the stock could go down another 10 or 20% because the whole sector is going down. I mean, the whole sector went down 5% today. Hope we have green tomorrow, but man, you never know. You think the Tilray is still overpriced? Well, Tilray is definitely being shorted. Yo, what's up, Departures? How you doing? Hello? I'm live right now. All right. But what is this, DKK? You want me to look at DKK? Suryan Warrior Mawa says blueberries will be huge in the future, I believe. Yeah, blueberries looks like they have a nice future for sure. Departure says patience and diversity right now. George says, excuse me, I don't know, but a resurrection that soon. The macro picture looks bleak. Risk of assets like gold have risen recently. Yeah, I mean, anything is possible. But with edibles being legalized in Canada, I believe that that's a massive catalyst that is going to drag the cannabis sector specifically higher going into that. at some point there's going to be a resurrection, because that's just the way this industry has traded historically. Now, it could be different. I mean, we could have a bear market for longer potentially, and then it could happen after legalization. Anything is possible. I'm just making a prediction based on historical data that I've seen with my own eyes and based on what I think is going to happen in this industry. But there's always surprises. You never really truly know what's exactly going to happen and when. If we did, then we wouldn't have to even talk about it, right? So at the end of the day, the reason why we do this, the reason why we have a community and why we have group chats is so that we can have these discussions, right? Crypto will follow the Dow in the few weeks. Crypto is calling me. Come back. I never left crypto. I'm still involved with crypto. I just haven't been as focused on it recently, not as much as I have in the past. But I definitely am watching crypto, believe me. Davey Clouet is saying people are selling MJ stocks because they made profits. I think people are selling MJ stocks because they see that they're going down and they're trying to protect their capital. That's typically what people are doing. And a lot of people are shorting them. That's just what it is. And there's a lot of people buying them, believe me. Definitely going to be green tomorrow. This is Michelle Ruggiero. Definitely going to be green tomorrow. I wouldn't get so lucky to average down even more. Once governor signs Illinois law, I predict Tilray will skyrocket. I plan on buying around $29.30. Yeah, it's unbelievable how much Tilray has fallen. And it's one that we all have to watch because it is a giant company that has so much potential. I think Tilray has the chance to be one of the biggest in the world. And the lower it gets, the more enticing it is for me. And the more interesting it is as an investment, I think, for anybody. Yeah, I think crypto is interesting right now, for sure. Crypto was down, it was beaten down, and nobody wanted to pay attention to it. And then crypto started to skyrocket when everything else went down. It's kind of interesting how things work and how some markets go up while other markets go down, and other markets go down while other markets go up. I find it very interesting. And I think there's a lot of manipulation involved in all of it. And the people that win are the people that are patient and think long term. Sometimes momentum traders win when they go with the momentum. So right now, if you're going with momentum, then you have to be shorting. I can't see how you win unless you're shorting right now, because the momentum is down, especially in the cannabis sector. Now, overall, I believe the markets were up today, but they're very choppy, right? So, I don't know. I don't feel like there's a lot of strength in the market right now. Shane Poe says the Trump effect is real. Buy low, sell high, guys. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high, man. Buy low, sell high. And that's it. I mean, keep it simple. There's no reason to get emotional. There's going to be ups and downs in the market. And when things are down, that's the best time to buy. And when things are up, that's the best time to sell. And when things are up, you don't want to beat your chest and talk about how great you are. That's when you want to be selling. And when things are down, that's when you want to be buying. So is this the time to buy? I would say yes, but I wouldn't say that it's at the bottom. I think we're going to see lower. I believe we will see 400 in the Canadian cannabis sector here in June. And we're at like 513. So based on that, I think we're going to see a little bit lower, because we have historically, when it's gotten to 500, we've seen it go to 400. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I think this might continue. I think it's going to go lower before it goes up, but I believe that after it goes down, it will have a massive resurrection, similar to what we've just seen with crypto, how we've seen, Bitcoin go from 3,000 to 8,000, almost 9,000. it's a huge jump. I think we'll see the same thing with the cannabis stocks. I do like Planet 13. The key, if you're a long-term investor in any stock or real estate or buying and selling commodities, is to buy low, sell high. So right now, if you've been watching a stock and it's the lowest it's ever been, you definitely need to be watching it carefully. And if you see it go even lower, and then you see a little bit of a trend reversal and it starts to come up, or maybe the entire market starts to come up, that's when you may want to position yourself. But if you see the entire market is selling off and you see everything is coming down, I wouldn't suggest you just rush out there and go and buy, because there's a very good likelihood that we could see more further sell-offs before the end of this month, and then maybe even going into next month. Like, these trends go for months historically. Davey says Zenibus, Supreme, Chiron, Vivo are a huge buy opportunity. T-God soon. David James says accumulate in the summer because USA will drop some huge news sometime end of year. And I believe you are referring to legalization of cannabis in America. And, a lot of people have their own predictions of when it's going to happen. Some people are saying as early as next month, which is crazy. Could you imagine? Yeah, I have no idea when that's going to happen. I just know that when it does, it's going to be huge. Or decriminalization. Investing is long-term and trading is short-term. Yeah, I think if you're day trading right now, you're probably shorting. As I don't see how you day trade and long anything right now. Supreme Cannabis is at 24% loss from 149. It may retest its lows, which is good. Yes, I do own ZMA. I haven't actually bought or sold anything in a long time. I've just been waiting for this bear market. I'm holding all my positions, and I'm going to be buying more of my positions when I feel like we're at the bottom. And I'm also going to be adding a lot of positions over the next few months. And I like to buy everything at the bottom, of course. So right now, I really like these prices. Yeah, Supreme has been one of the most disappointing companies in the entire sector. They have such a good company, such a good brand. The revenue is growing, strong management team, but the stock just sucks. I don't know why. Yo, what's up, Jeff? So yeah, it was a tough day in the markets. A lot of people got slayed today. I don't even want to really look at my account right now. I know everything is down. I'm going to be looking to accumulate more in the red. I don't believe we've hit the bottom. I think we will see more bloodshed. I think Supreme has so much potential, man. I think Supreme has so much potential. You want to know about EGLX? Yeah, EGLX is doing a partnership, and they put out some news, and the stock's been doing pretty well. So I didn't get a chance to see what the final result was of the day. I have to look at the news in a little bit more detail. But from what I did see, Enthusiast Gaming is being acquired by another company. I'm going to have to do a full video on it to give you guys the exact details because I don't have the information in front of me. It's funny that one company that has been doing quite well, at least recently, is Snapchat. Snapchat went all the way down to $5, and I believe that they're like over $12 now. So it's kind of interesting how they've been coming back from the bottom. David James says, load up on Labs and Valens. Wait for them to bottom out. I also think Agra will be one of the few that run during this downtime. They have their own tour, June 25th. Agra was up today, by the way. Yeah, I own Agra. I own Labs. I want some Valens. I'm going to continue to watch all these stocks in the sector, and I'm going to continue to try to load up on them as low as possible. There's a lot of companies that I like. That makes it very difficult. But one thing I'm learning about the sector is I've done much better when I've invested in the bigger companies, and when I've invested in the penny stocks, that's really when I've kind of been hurt. And when I say penny stocks now, I mean even stocks that are $2 or less. It seems as though the ones that have the most resilience are the ones that are trading over $5. So I'm starting to realize this trend, and I'm getting more interested in the bigger ones, like the Canopy Growth, the Aurora Cannabises, the Hexos, the Ianthuses, the Can Trusts, the Village Farms, the Chronos Groups, the Tilrays. At these prices, the Sea Webs, the True Leaves, the Cure Leaves, the Kush Bottles, at these prices that these guys are trading at right now, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity to make some huge upside if we position ourselves accordingly. Afria at the price they're trading at, TGOT at the price they're trading at, Saniva at the price they're trading at. There's some unbelievable opportunities out there, guys. Unbelievable opportunities. Organigram is another one. I absolutely love Organigram. I think Organigram has so much potential. I think the upside on Organigram is just enormous. Emerald Health. Yeah, Emerald Health is a good one too. There's a lot of good companies out there. It's hard. So yeah, the markets can be hard. The cannabis industry is a very exciting industry. It's very polarizing. A lot of people want to be involved. A lot of people want to get invested into it. It's not going to be easy, guys. But I guarantee you this. It's going to be a trip, man. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be a lot of volatility. There's going to be a lot of liquidity. And I think if we just keep getting better every single day, I've been doing this for 2 years, and they're resilient, like especially Canopy Growth, Aurora Cannabis, Afria. They've been resilient. Tilray shot out and went to crazy heights, and now it's finally coming down. But Tilray will be resilient again. So when they do hit the bottoms, that will be the opportunity for us to get in. That'll be the opportunity for us to get in. And the key is for us to be able to identify what is the bottom and try to find it. Crypto SI says the biggest sleeper that I made more than 100% return in is MediPharm Labs, and it's holding its value better than most. Brought to you by Rich TV. Thanks for the pick. I really like Labs, and I own it as well, and I want to buy more. But I think it's going to go lower. I just see this market. Everybody's raising money. It's a recipe for disaster. Everybody's raising money. The stocks are all going down. Everything's oversold. It's just a recipe for disaster. And I see it. And I don't know. It's kind of scary. So I'm just going to hold, and I'm going to buy more of everything I have to lower my costs on everything. And to be honest with you, just keep trying to invest in better companies. I honestly just want to invest in better companies. That's really my goal moving forward now, is trying to invest in a company that Warren Buffett would want to hold in his portfolio. I thought about it. Thank you guys for the likes, I really appreciate it. I thought about it, and I was like, would Warren Buffett hold this stock? There's a couple stocks that I have in my portfolio that he probably wouldn't hold. So, I got to get just back to the basics, even myself, for trading. And I started 2 years ago doing the right thing. I bought Canopy Growth, Organigram, Chronos Group, Afria, Aurora Cannabis, HMMJ. I should have just held and accumulated. I would have done really, really well. So instead of just day trading these stocks and taking spreads, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm very excited about buying these stocks and accumulating these stocks, but trying to buy the bottoms. And then when I see these big swings, take the money off the table. So I'm going to be watching them very carefully, and I'm going to be looking to position myself into a lot of these bigger companies, and I'm going to keep you guys updated on all of it. Where do I see Zenabis in 2 years, the stock price? I believe Zenabis will be over $10 in 2 years. And I think the key right now for us is to just find the bottom of the really great companies. And I look at Zenabis as Aurora Cannabis or Canopy Growth or Afria 2 years ago, Organigram 2 years ago. This is kind of what I look at Zenabis. It's just 2 years behind, but they're going to get there. And when they do, they're going to be one of the best. Yes, Cureleaf has very huge potential. Absolutely love Cureleaf. You want to know my best 20 cannabis stocks? I could give my best 20 cannabis stocks off the top of my head. You ready? You want my best 20 off the top of my head? Xena, Cureleaf, Kush Bottles, MedMen, Meta, Canopy Growth, Aurora Cannabis, Afria, HMMJ ETF, Trulieve, C-Web, Acreage, Tilray, Fire, North, IIPR, GTII, CVSI, Labs, and I'll say Valens. There's 20 for you guys. Oh, and I'll give you 2 more. AUSA and Rivers. There's 22 for you guys. AUSA and Rivers as well. I probably missed a bunch, but that was just off the top of my head. You know what? I like Tilt. Yeah, I like Tilt. I can add them to that list too. I mean, that was just off the top of my head. I didn't have anything in front of me, right? So, no, I can't put Namaste on that list. Not yet. No. Zenabis is one of the best underexposed, undervalued, underappreciated companies in the entire world. I'm telling you right now, they're going to be an absolute giant. AUSA and MedMen, where do you think stock price will be within a year? Well, AUSA is around $1, so I think that there's very good likelihood we're going to see them at least $2. That's a 100% jump. I think that'll be great. MedMen is under $3. I think within a year we see them over $5. CVSI has caused you some pain. You know, CVSI, JD, was one of the hottest stocks in the world until Andrew Left got his hands on them. And they've been going down ever since. So you got to blame Andrew Left for that, man. They were doing unbelievable. They went from pennies to like $10. They were just insane. And then he got his hands on them, and it was just like, just a nightmare ever since. What about ICC International Cannabis? You know, ICC International Cannabis, I did a couple of videos on them. They look interesting. You know, they seem to do a lot of business. For whatever reason, the stock hasn't done well. There's a lot of companies like that I'm starting to notice is they just really can't do anything with their market. And those are the ones I'd rather stay away from personally. And they just fall into that category, unfortunately. David James says CVSI will uplist and be $10 within a year. I think it's very likely. I mean, they're a CBD company. CBD's hot right now. Yeah, I don't see any reason why CVSI can't do that. So, guys, thank you guys for watching. Now remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything we talk about here in Rich TV Live. Always invest in the best. The best is blessed. Stay in your lane. Invest in the best because you deserve it. If stocks are down, this could be the best time to try to get in. I'm not suggesting you buy tomorrow. I'm suggesting you watch them. Hopefully, we see the bottoms here over the next 30 to 45 days, which is what I'm anticipating, maybe even longer. And we can buy at the very bottom our favorite positions and the best companies. And then wait for the next resurrection, which shouldn't be too far because edibles will be legalized in Canada October 17th, 2019, unless there's any changes. And we have a catalyst like legalization and decriminalization of cannabis in America to look forward to, which can happen at any time. So this is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. If you're not winning, you're probably not watching. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and we out. Peace. Don't panic. Don't panic.